Good morning, ladies. It is Tuesday, January 20th, and it is still snowing in Chapel Hill. I had almost forgotten what it looked like. So, now that you have seen the snow in Chapel Hill that I woke up to this morning, I will be fulfilling some challenges that I have not fulfilled because I'm a dodo bird, etc., etc. The first one was to read from the book I'm reading, and at the moment I'm not actually reading in a certain book, but I was yesterday. I finished Jane Eyre yesterday. So I'm going to read you one of my favorite parts in the entire book, what happens is Rochester ends up declaring the fact that he's in love with Jane, but he's been doing some pretty not declarative things in the past few weeks. So here's the backstory. Rochester and Jane are sitting outside. Jane thinks he's going to get married to some woman named Blanche who's pretty but he doesn't love. And this is what happens next. Because if he gets married, she's going to have to leave Thornfield, and her charge, the girl she's teaching, Adele, will have to go to school. And then, Jane will have to find a new situation, etc., etc. So, here you go. I grieve to leave Thornfield. I love Thornfield. I love it because I have lived in it a full and delightful life, momentarily at least. I have not been trampled on. I have not been petrified. I have not been buried with inferior minds and excluded from every glimpse of communion with what is bright and energetic and high. I have talked face to face with what I reverence, with what I delight in, with an original, a vigorous and expanded mind. I have known you, Mr. Rochester, and it strikes me with terror and anguish to feel I absolutely must be torn from you forever. I see the necessity of departure, and it is like looking on the necessity of death. Where do you see the necessity? He asked suddenly. Where you, sir, have placed it before me. In what shape? In the shape of Miss Ingram, a noble and beautiful woman, your bride. My bride? What bride? I have no bride. But you will have? Yes, I will. I will. He set his teeth. Then I must go. You have said it yourself. No, you must stay. I swear it, and the oath shall be kept. I tell you I must go, I retorted, roused to something like passion. Do you think I can stay to become nothing to you? Do you think I am an automaton, a machine without feelings, and can bear to have my morsel of bread snatched from my lips and my drop of living water drained from my cup? Do you think, because I am poor, obscure, plain, and little, that I am soulless and heartless? You think wrong. I have as much soul as you, and full as much heart. And if God had gifted me with some beauty and some wealth, I should have made it as hard for you to leave me as it is now for me to leave you. I am not talking to you now through the medium of custom, conventionalities, or even of mortal flesh. It is my spirit that addresses your spirit, just as if both had passed through the grave, and we stood at God's feet, equal as we are. As we are, repeated Mr. Rochester. So, he added, enclosing me in his arms, gathering me to his breast, pressing his lips on my lips. So, Jane. Yes, so, sir, I rejoined, and yet not so, for you are a married man, or as good as a married man, and wed to one inferior to you, to one with whom you have no sympathy, whom I do not believe you truly love, for I have seen and heard you sneer at her. I would scorn such a union, therefore I am better than you. Let me go. Where, Jane? To Ireland? Yes, to Ireland. I have spoken my mind and can go anywhere now. Jane, be still. Don't struggle so, like a wild, frantic bird that is rending its own plumage in its desperation. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will, which I now exert to leave you. Another effort set me at liberty, and I stood erect before him. And your will shall decide your destiny, he said. I offer you my hand, my heart, and a share of all my possessions. So, Rochester just basically proposed. I love this book. I love it. I'm also supposed to sing to you. So I will be singing the song I auditioned for company with, and it's called Sooner or Later, and it's by Stephen Sondheim. It's in the show Dick Tracy. So here we go. Sooner or later you're gonna be mine. Sooner or later you're gonna be fine. Baby, it's time that you face it. I always get my man. Sooner or later you're gonna decide. Sooner or later there's nowhere to hide. Baby, it's time, so why waste it in chatter? Let's settle the matter. Baby, you're mine on a platter. I always get my man. Okay, ta-da, ta-da. I have one class today. I will be going to lunch in a bit. I'm going to watch the Obama inauguration, etc., etc. And accent challenge will be done in my next video. Katie, I will see you tomorrow.